Party people, we are back in Seattle. The team has had a refresh on the car. It's now back in mint condition again. We have picked up Ineos as an oil sponsor for the FT program. They have been helping out Odie and Ben and are now with us as well. So thank you Ineos for coming on my program as well. You guys have set up everything, so it's all good to go. We are now just doing the small details before we are leaving for the night and gonna rest some, because it's gonna be a early morning tomorrow and a long day ahead of us. Everything's good to go. I'm ready, the team is ready, the car is ready, so let's get some rest and get a good show going on tomorrow and hope for a good qualifying and a good day.
So the second practice is over. Simen is starting to get things together and do a decent lap. Still in the third practice we need to focus more on the outer zone 1. We need to clean up that a little bit. I think that would do the rest of the track way more easier for him to fulfill the outer zone 2 and 3 as well.
Yeah, so far it's been going pretty good. We've been getting a little more picky this event as far as like setup changes and little things like that. Like Simen says, the car is super easy to drive, but I want to make it easier to drive. So if it's like, oh, our timing's a little off here, cool, what can we do to make the car easier for him to be consistent with? So even if he says the car's good, let's get pickier and make the car perfect. So I'd say we're about, what, 95% there? Last change going into warm-up should be good. So yeah, it's going pretty good.
So you're happy with your boy?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alright.
Moron. Alright guys, a quick little update. We're now heading out for qualifying. It's been a hectic practice. We have done a lot of changes to the car, playing with setup because we haven't felt very comfortable, struggling with some track conditions that we have been. The setup hasn't been what I like it to be. We've played around, tried to figure it out. I think we have sorted it out now, so let's go out there and try. Just fingers crossed and go for top position.
Yeah, sorry, real quick. Simen Olsen, this guy's been making a lot of noise, man. Here he is. He's sitting top 5 right now. The debut of him and this car, the combination seems to be working. Wow. Simen Olsen, look at that, just getting intimate with the wall. He says, hey, how you doing? You standing out of the wall? And now in that power alley, rips into the second outside zone, the third outside zone. Simen Olsen is just big drift energy right now. Wow. The wheel suspension.
Man, they got something.
S-chassis, yo!
They got something going on right in this car and this
They got the special sauce, dude. Do we have a new leader? Do we have a new leader taking out Travis Reeder? Do you think? What do you guys think? Simen Olsen taking that #1 spot?
Yeah, so
who's,
what do you
who's
guys
saying
think?
yeah? Who's saying no? Here we go. And boom, 89.33. 89, and he takes it with a vengeance. 89.33. Simen Olsen assumes the number one spot. X Factor. Look at that, 5.35.
Yeah,
averaging that out. Yo.
All right, so qualifying is over. The guys have started wrenching on the car, doing the normal nut and bolt check. So, first of all, we had some good practice runs, but some challenging practice runs as well. We struggled a little bit coming down from the bank in outer zone 1 and also fulfilling some of the zones. But overall, we went out, tried to collect myself, take it as a practice run or just focus, and we did good. We ended up with 89.33, and that puts us in P3. So that's the best I've ever qualified in FD. So super stoked about that. Super happy. The team absolutely killed it. We figured out the setup. We are fast, but still the car is easy to drive. So we've touched all the walls today. We haven't got anything loose, but we've broken the taillight, but still intact. Scrubbed the wall a little bit on this side and also touched the wall on this side. And I think we broke the taillight on that side as well. So it's been close and kind of pinch perfect. It's been very good. Definitely getting comfortable in this car. And finally we made Jared raise his voice for us, so that's a good feeling. Then you know you have done a good job. So very happy. Now it's time to get back to the house, get some rest, get some food, and being ready for tomorrow. So yeah, hats off for today. Good morning, people. It's race day, and we are heading to the track. It's an early morning. Where are you going?
Wrong direction.
All right, it's Saturday morning, on our way to the racetrack. Running a little late as usual for us, but we at least had a good sleep and we'll be ready for competition. So, see you on the track.
Track is clear and we're seeing Olsen and Wang. Simen, who's crushing it, top 5. Forrest Wang, we haven't seen him for a few rounds. Glad to see him back. I know he's got a great fan base. And talking to Jacob there, Olsen just hitting his stride, man. He's having fun. It's like you know, he's always got a smile on his face. He's got a really good positive attitude. Some drivers don't wear losses that well. He's got a really good attitude, but just him and peanut butter and jelly, baby. You know, oldie Bakshi's turning 40 yesterday. Seems to be working out. Here we go. Simen Olsen out front. Forrest Wang in the chase position. Both S chassis, but two very different setups. Forrest Wang plunges forward, has to back off. Olsen signed, sealed, and delivered into that first outside zone. Outside zone 2, fills all of it, transitions into outside zone 3. Boom, Forrest Wang getting nuts. Yellow Speed Racing. S chassis into that final outside zone goes Olsen. Again, Forrest Wang kind of throwing himself up there, got aggressive, had to back off. That definitely shot him to the moon.
You know, is it going to be too late?
Is he pulling back in?
Olsen's going back into his pit area, it looks like.
Oh boy. Are we hearing comp timeout? Oh, it's saying contact. So that's Olsen's clock. He has a 10-minute allotment, and that's what Dylan Hughes will have as well.
Yes, and we don't know quite yet if Thorne is calling his competition timeout as well, but we're going to try to see if we can get that feedback and filter it on down to the people.
Right. Yeah, we got good time here. We're shredding right along. All right, let's throw it down to the pits. Lorette Nickel, what's cooking down there?
Hey, thanks, Jared. As you guys can see, Simen Olsen is in his car, and he had contact with Forrest on the bank, and once he drove away from that, he said that the car started driving crooked, so he wanted to come in. The team checked the toe, and they're checking the front. They're now moved back towards the rear end of the car because they're just being cautious, but overall there's everyone looks like it is good. The car is under control, and Simen's ready to go. He was also sitting in the car re-watching the run a couple of times, and he was trying to listen to you guys and what you were saying about the run and if there was any mistakes that he had to clean up. And the car is starting, and away we go.
Update, Lorette Nickel, Simen Olsen pulling out, thumbs up all around. He got that contact. I have to assume he's got a bit of advantage here just with Forrest's mistake.
The impact was pretty severe. Now we have the second part of the battle here with Forrest Wang and Simen Olsen.
Yep, and remember we saw contact. Wang straightened out on the bank, and the contact was made, so Simen Olsen got hands on his car. Don't know if Forrest Wang called his competition timeout. Didn't get that update.
I didn't either. Looked like he straightened out. Talked to the other judges just a minute ago, and I believe they're incompleting Forrest for his straightening on the bank in chase position.
So he's got a bit of a deficit here as he is now leading Yellow Speed Racing. Get Nuts Laboratory S chassis. Get two S chassis, but two very different engine builds. Forrest Wang now looking a lot more comfortable out front. He's going to need to throw down a heater of a run, and Simen Olsen is going to need to make a mistake in order for Forrest Wang to advance on. The way Olsen's been driving, he's been on it. Yeah, Simen, definitely needs to get more proximity, but I think he knew that he had the advantage. So the spotter says, don't go all the way. Give me a 75.
Oh, this should come up pretty quickly.
All right, slide him left for Olsen, right for Wang, and there it is. Simen Olsen gets the win. Simen Olsen advances on into the 16. Olsen will be going against Jonathan Castro in the 16. Oh yeah, that's right. It's a sold-out crowd here at Evergreen Speedway, Monroe, Washington, to be exact. Powered, first time driving an S chassis, and he is fighting for a championship as well. He got third place in St. Louis. He'd love to get the overall win. Fuel suspension, pedal commander, GT radio S15. It is Simen Olsen.
Good luck, champ.
Thank you. Simen Olsen, bro. Simen who?
Gears.
Simen who? Simen Olsen, that's right.
What's the lesson learned? I think this is what the lesson learned is for me, right? Your driving skill doesn't necessarily come out unless you have the car and setup that you need for that stuff to shine. And we've seen that countless times over our history. And Olsen gets in with a consummate professional, a team well organized, well managed, a lot of knowledge, and all of a sudden, hey, let me hit some podiums.
Yep. Simen plus car equals results.
I mean, it's Osbo too, right?
Yeah.
Like going back to the old school days.
Yeah. And and here we have Jonathan Castro. He's definitely due, man. Castro's a weapon. Again, probably one of the most iconic drift battles ever against James Dean in Florida. Here we go. Simen Olsen initiating.
Oh yeah.
Look at Castro. Look at the cabin filled with smoke. These guys are shimming their way around the track into that power alley, into that third outside zone. See Castro kind of going back and forth. It wasn't exactly at any point kind of just, all right, there we go. It just went back and forth. As we see the second half of this battle, Castro will lead, Simen Olsen giving chase. Again, don't skip that beat. Beat. The fake side. Here we go. Jonathan Castro will lead. Toyota GR, 86. Red, white, and blue. That's for the DR flag that's flying proudly.
Let's
It's
go.
Martin on his car. Castro into that first outside zone. Simen Olsen and both dropping in. See, again, a lot more settled here out front.
Yeah.
Olsen surges forward into that third outside zone. Past that front flip. And now bringing it on home. What do we got, boys? Woo! All right, so taking a look. Do we have the results? Do we have a winner? Is it Simen Olsen from Norway, who got third place in St. Louis? He is currently 5th in points. The captain, Odi Bakshis, he's currently 3rd in points, and he's already advanced on the Great 8. So absolutely very cool. So slide him left for Olsen, right for Castro, and Simen Olsen gets the victory.
He just wears the emotion on his sleeve. He is so grateful. He told me that he goes to bed thinking about drifting and wakes up thinking about it, and it is so obvious with all the hard work that you're putting in.
Yeah, this is definitely not only me. This is the whole team helping me out so much. So I'm super grateful for this team, this situation where I am now, and it definitely shows off in the result that we are making. But this is just not me driving. This is the whole team, the help from Odie, Chris Elliott, everyone. It's just, I'm so grateful, and yeah, things are definitely working out.
Great insight there. Yeah, and again, just Simen Olsen, feeling the love, feeling the energy from the fans, from the drivers. Lorette, thank you for getting all the great stories here. But we are in the Great 8. A beautiful day out here in Seattle. Beautiful fans. All right, here we go. We are ready to send cars. And we are advancing on to Simen Olsen and Dylan Hughes. So just like that, I feel like we just saw Dylan Hughes and Novak go at it with that one more time. But now Simen Olsen, feeling the flow. Dylan Hughes, this is his track. He's had more turns on this thing, him and Travis Reeder collectively, than probably everybody. So here we go, Simen Olsen, Dylan Dozer Hughes. Initiating, Olsen, big, massive angle. Dylan, little lower angle, but great proximity. Olsen is just on one right now. Simen Olsen into that second outside zone, the power rally. Look at Reeder now coming in. Into that inside clip. The amount of angle and the degree that he's throwing it at and holding onto it is absolutely insane.
Did you say look at Reeder?
Dude. What?
Did you say look at Reeder?
Oh, Dylan Hughes.
I thought you were like, now we've got a fight on our hands. We'll switch things up as now Dylan Hughes will take the lead against Simen Olsen.
There's the stats. You can see him, Simen Olsen, never driven an S chassis before, never driven an LS supercharged engine before, obviously, within this chassis. Dylan Hughes, he is a tried and true. He loves the 2J, doesn't go for the LS, so he's got the 2J under the hood of his BMW. Dylan Hughes will lead. The lights are on. Once they extinguish, we're ready to send it. Again, that chase car can leave the line prior to the start. Here we go. We got the telemetry going. Let's see what kind of speeds we get. 90 miles per hour on initiation. Initiating into that bank. Simen Olsen, great proximity. Look at that. Oh, he pulls away. Simen Olsen now falling out of angle. Coming to the power rally. Leave it all out of the track.
Oh, yeah.
Dylan Hughes into that second outside zone. Past that inside clip. And into that final outside zone.
Let's be honest. This would be a major needle mover psychologically if Dylan Hughes were able to get this win. If it's not immediate. Oh, wow. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Slide him left for Olsen, right for Dylan Hughes.
Oh, boy.
One vote for Olsen.
Oh,
one
boy.
more time.
Oh!
It's split decision. We are going one more time.
That's the real definition of splitting hairs.
Absolutely. One for side. And I see that. I absolutely see that. Oh, these guys the judges are fighting. No, I'm joking. That'd be great. So one vote for Simen, one vote for Dylan, and then one more time. So it's an OMT. One more time. And here we go. Olsen or Dylan Hughes. Where are my Dylan Hughes fans at? Make some noise. Where are my Simen Olsen fans at? Make some noise. Where are my Gym Team fans at? Make some noise. Here we go. The telemetry is on and Simen Olsen flicks it in. Dylan Hughes rolls into it. Simen Olsen, massive angle, that field suspension vehicle. Look at that, ripping into that first outside zone. Quick little bobble into the power rally. The Dozer finds himself right there. Again, gets close, but definitely needs to mimic more of the angle. Has that proximity into that final. Oh, Simen Olsen does tap, but it does not affect the attitude of the vehicle.
That much.
That much. You saw it enough, but yeah. All right, here we go. Let's alternate the order. Dylan Hughes, Simen Olsen. Who's going and who's moving on to go against James Dean, who isn't 100%. He's got those nitrous issues, so that could hurt him. Telemetry is on, the G-force, the speed. Here we go, Dylan Hughes out front, Royal Purple.
Oh yeah.
BMW, throws it in, Simen Olsen drops into formation. Look at this. Oh, he drops, locking him up. Little left foot brake by Dylan Hughes into the power alley. Oh, right on the razor's edge. Using all of the courses, Dylan Hughes. Showing you the driving prowess past that inside clip. The Ford Star standing out, showing you the correction, coming back. Just zooming past that Norwegian flag.
These guys are so equally matched at the moment. I mean, it is such a nuance here to figure out who's going to be moving on. Sun's going down.
Sun's going down. The wind is going up. I'm yelling timber.
You've only adopted the dock. I was born in it.
What do you guys think? Is it Simen Olsen? Is it Dylan Hughes?
Is it
or
is
do they
Dylan
go
from
one
here?
more time?
I know.
Wait, is Dylan from here? Is this where?
You would think he's from here.
Yeah, you think that. He's
let's go. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Slide him left for Olsen, right for Dylan Hughes. Keep in the middle for it one more time. One more time.
You're killing me, Smalls.
One more time, and rightfully so. Those are the kind of battles you want to see one more time. That's just more abuse. So second one more time here.
I mean, it shows you how much perseverance he has. Also shows you how freaking good Olsen is.
Right, absolutely.
He's crushing it right now.
Yeah, Hughes and Novak had the one more time. You had two now here with Olsen and Hughes. Who's going against James Dean? This is also giving James Dean an opportunity to work on his car. So it's favoring Dean as well. Here we go. Simen Olsen will lead. Dylan Hughes giving chase. Our second one more time. Are we going to get a verdict? Who's moving on? Who's going to the Final Four? Who's going against James Dean? TBD, FD, in SEA. Simen Olsen through the start chicane. That field suspension GT Radial S chassis. Into that first outside zone once again. Like clockwork, back in it. But Dylan Hughes looks like he's got a little more possessed. Like he's got a little more demon inside of him. Almost identical, dropping that tire off that back end. Both of them on GT Radial tires to that last outside zone.
But we're starting to see, I think, maybe the margins available to either driver to be more clear now on this second run. What they need to do to win, where to focus their attention on to move on into the final round, or Final Four.
Yeah, the Final Four. Oh, we got signs. We got signs. What's it say? Go local boy. That's right, Dylan Hughes. Here we go, Dylan Hughes out front. Simen Olsen, he's got the pride of Norway on his back right now. But look at that. Look at, I mean, again, the white Ford Star wheels standing out, making minimal corrections, if any at all. Massive angle coming down to the power alley. He doesn't get out to that second outside zone, Ryan, but definitely fills all of outside zone 3. Past that inside clip transitioning. Ryan. We are splitting hairs, my man. It is really neck and neck. It is very, very tight. I do not envy Chris Yule, Brian Eggert, Ryan Lontaine.
I don't envy either, but there was definitely some things different this time around.
How we doing? Throw on the peace sign. Nice stash, brother. Okay. Oh, we got bells. Ring those bells. Where are my Dylan Hughes fans at? O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ring my bell. Here we go. So Dylan Hughes or Simen Olsen. Do we have a verdict? Slide him left for Olsen, right for Dylan Hughes. P&W, make some noise, because Dylan Hughes gets the win. Dylan the Dozer Hughes gets the win after 2 one more times.
Well, it hasn't been much time to do some vlogging, but the car is back in. We're out of the suit. that means that we are out of the competition. The car took some beatings. We have had a lot of door marks here. Yeah, we have had some close battles. There's lots of rubber on the car. What can I say? It's we advanced to top 16 with going against Castro, and then we knocked him out. It was a good fight. It was a fun one. I have so much respect for Castro. Met him way before I started doing FT, so it has a weird taste to it, knocking out a good friend of myself, like him. But we advanced on. We met Dylan in top 8, and yeah, you have probably seen all the videos, the replays. We had 2 one more times against him, but I left more mistakes on the table than he did, so he got the win. He's now in the final. So Dylan, we are rooting for you. Please take the whole thing so I can say I lost to the number 1 guy. You are awesome. Love battling with you. Yeah. It's a wrap for us here in Seattle. We're ending up 6th place. Of course, I'm super happy with a 6th place. We got a 3rd in the qualifying, so it's a good weekend. Odie got 5th. He also got knocked out in top 8 by James Dean. So it's a good weekend, but we were really hoping for the 3rd podium in a row. But before the event I said this is not my favorite track, and it's not, but it was so close to be so good. And now we have Utah. That is one of my favorites, so let's do another podium there. And then we have Irvindale. I think we're still sitting 5th in the championship, so that's good. We will see tomorrow how everything adds up, but overall a great weekend. I'm super happy. The guys has done so well. Thank you for all of you guys for helping out with setup and dialing me in as well. Couldn't done it without any of you guys, so thank you so much to the Field Suspension Race team. We are the best. We're still one of the best, and yeah, there's 2 more rounds left, so we won't settle. We will do our absolute everything to get the podium overall this season. We are so close, so yeah, let's keep pushing. See you all guys in Utah.